everybody! I'm back with part 2 of our Coping with COVID organ series. So, today I want to kind of take you into the different chambers of the instrument. So, first thing first, in order to see what we're doing, even though it'll still be kind of dark, we need to get some light in the organ. So, follow me, it's a very short journey to turn on the lights for the organ. So now we have to go inside the instrument, and as you saw last time, we have these two little hobbit doors that are on either side of the choir. So I'm going to take you today into both the swell and into the choir divisions. These divisions are tucked away in the back of the organ in a giant box. And I'll explain to you why they are in a box here in just a moment. But first, let's go inside the organ. I just kind of want you to see where I came from. I came from all the way down there. I am about 6 feet off the ground right now. I came through that tiny little doorway. I used that handle right there to pull me up and hoist me up by these beams into where I am standing currently. Okay, so now we are inside the swell division of the organ. You can see there's a wooden wall behind me, and on the other side of you that you cannot see right now, there is another wooden wall, as well as a wooden wall right here. And into the front, you see these shutters. These shutters can be open and closed to adjust the dynamics of this entire division. We call that being under expression, so that I can make this louder when I open the shutters, or I can make it softer if I close the shutters, and everything in between. Unfortunately, with our organ, these do not work as smoothly as we might want them to, so the dynamic range is a little limited and often jerky. Usually it'll go from very soft, nothing will happen, and then suddenly it'll be very loud again. But it does give me some flexibility with how loud I want this division to be. The swell division is home to a lot of pipes. So you can see behind me these big tall metal pipes. These are some of our chorus trumpets. Now, what do I mean by chorus trumpet? I mean that it is largely used to add beef and add volume to an already full texture in the organ, as compared to the big trumpets up above the organ, which are only good for being very loud and soloing out different melodies. Now you see a bunch of pipes in these very, very neat rows. A bunch of different looking pipes ranging anywhere from big to small, metal to wood, straight to conical to the opposite of conical, and even some that bend over because they are too big to go straight up. You will also notice behind me a set of chimes. Now, curiously, I don't know how these work anymore because there is a tab on the console to turn these guys on. However, it doesn't do anything. And I'll show you something kind of funny here in a moment about why I think they no longer work. But my understanding is that we used to use these chimes at the beginning of service to announce the hour and that it was time to begin worship. So, the chimes, I assume at some point were connected. There's a switch on the organ console for which to turn the chimes on or to be able to activate the stop to play them. However, they don't work, and so that means that there's something wrong with the wiring. So as I was digging, I found this contraption, which has a bunch of individual contacts, all with an individual wire, all strung together, that looks like it runs towards the swell division on the inside of the organ. It has something dangling on it that looks a little bit like a magnet that should be controlling whether or not the stop is activated and deactivated. It also has, this is my favorite, just some stray wires. I do believe that this at one point was how the chimes were operated. it should go without saying that that is a less than desirable condition for the organ, but perhaps not the most peculiar part of our instrument. That lies in the choir division. So follow me, we're gonna go into the instrument and I'm gonna show you the difficulty of accessing this, what I'm going to call an inaccessible division to the organ. So come with me, but be careful. You can see behind me there is a window that you can see daylight popping through right at the top of my finger. That is the exterior of the building, and that daylight is literally the daylight from outside. It should go without saying, but that is a less than desirable place for a window. However, even more inconvenient than having a window in the middle of a pipe organ is how you get to the choir division. So follow me, you have to turn sideways carefully, sidestepping, not too tight here, but just you wait. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. So now I am between a wall and pipes, so quite literally a rock and a hard place. So in order to access the choir division, you have to sneak back here, and right here there is a removable panel. Unless you were to drill a hole in the roof of this place, this is the only way you can get into this division. However, another problem stands that I don't know how you climb up here. So I'm about 5'8". This comes right up to my eyebrows, a little about my forehead. So it's about 5.5 feet off the ground. And you don't want to step on the chest work that I am standing between, and there is no other place to step. So I'm not sure how you get in here safely without damaging anything, so I'm not going to crawl in today, but I will stick my phone in there and show you what the choir division looks like. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like the swell division. You have 3 wooden walls for the surrounding, and then shutters at the front that you can open or close to make the volume louder or softer. You see wooden pipes, metal pipes, and a walkway for which you somehow get onto here to tune. Now, I said there was something more peculiar in here, and I'm going to show you that right here. So those bars, metal bars up there, that is called an organ harp. And they can be fairly pricey, and they're common to find, but they are a very unique addition to an instrument. They add a lot of color. It is a wonderful percussion instrument to have. And y'all, I want you to see this. We have a lot of mallets, an individual mallet for every single metal bar. However, I could be wrong, but I am fairly certain that that is a golf ball instead of a mallet, which honestly doesn't surprise me at this point. Now, what makes that so peculiar? It's a common addition in a lot of organs, though it is a costly addition for a lot of organs. We have this wonderful set of organ harp, and I have no idea how you play it, because there is no stop control on the organ console. There is no way for me to access it, and as far as I can tell, it's never been hooked up to the organ. So we paid a considerable amount of money to have this installed into the organ, into the choir division, but with no way to play it. So those are the 2 enclosed divisions of our pipe organ. The swell division, which you saw first, and the choir division, which you saw second. We say that they are under expression because the shutters open and close. And we saw that we have pipes that are made of metal and pipes that are made of wood, and we'll talk more about that in a future video. Next time, I will show you the grate and the pedal divisions, and then in the final video, I will sit down at the console and show you how you operate the thing, because it is complex. Maybe you're starting to gather that an organ is a big instrument with a lot of controls and a lot to learn in order to operate it artistically. As always, feel free to shoot me an email or comment in the video, and I'll be sure to get back to you so I can answer any questions you may have. Until then, stay healthy, stay well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you either online or hopefully in person eventually. Have a good one, everybody.